Elektra, and today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial. Now I'm really excited to do this because I haven't done an actual makeup tutorial like ever on my channel. Back in the day I used to post tutorials, but it was literally like a 3-minute video of me being like, I'm doing foundation, this, like it wasn't really a tutorial. Today I actually want it to be a full tutorial. I'm going to explain every single thing that I do, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Now, this video is meant more for like baby drag queens or people who don't really know that much about makeup. I am in no way, shape, or form a makeup queen, but I've been on a journey. I've been on a 3-year journey when it comes to my makeup, and I feel like I am at a place where I'm not, amazing, but I'm not as bad as I used to be. So yeah, if you're like really good at makeup, like if you're like a Kira Oni, then maybe this video isn't for you. But for anybody who's new, then hopefully this video is informative and helps you out. So let's get started. So step 1 is we need to get rid of the eyebrows. So you have a couple options. You can shave them. You can, there are a lot of methods. I've heard that some people do a bald cap on top of their eyebrows. Some people use Prozade. I like to use a glue stick. So the first thing I do is you would get an alcohol wipe and run it along your eyebrows. But I don't have an alcohol wipe because I ran out. So I'm getting hand sanitizer and I'm putting a little bit on my finger and I'm literally running that through my eyebrow. And you're probably like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? The reason I'm doing this is because your eyebrows will always have a little bit of oil, and an alcohol wipe is gonna really help you get rid of all of that oil and get your eyebrow fully ready for glue. I used to glue my eyebrows without doing this step, and I've noticed a big difference now. Like my brows lay down a little bit flatter and they also last longer. So now we go in with a glue stick, and the first layer is the most important. It has to be very, very, very thick. Like, just lather the shit on, and then you're gonna brush the hairs up. A lot of people use an eyebrow brush. I'm gonna go in with this because it works, and it's also huge. Like, look at how quick I was able to brush look at that. The whole thing is brushed up, and that took like 3 seconds. So same thing on the other side, brush it up. And after you brushed it up, the next time you apply glue, instead of going all over the place, go in the direction that you brush the hair. So I brush them up, so I'm applying the glue up. There's some drag queens who, when they glue their eyebrows down, they go like this, like with the direction that their hair grows. I recommend trying it, try out everything and see what works best for you. I've tried that method and my eyebrows are a little bit too thick for that. Like, I never get a truly flat surface. Okay, so while my glue dries, I'm gonna explain a little bit about the whole eyebrow situation to people because I've gotten a lot of questions, not from drag queens, but just from like my friends who don't do drag about like, why do you glue the eyebrows down? So the reason that I glued on my eyebrows is because naturally as a boy, I have pretty thick, bushy, like manly eyebrows. And when I'm in drag, I wanna give myself more room for me to do my eyeshadow, but also I want to paint on a more feminine shape. That's why I do it. To some people this might seem really obvious, but I've had friends who genuinely don't know. The reason you go in with glue is because if you just put foundation straight on the eyebrow, all of the hair is going to be visible and it's going to look ugly. So like by going in with glue, it's basically going to like create the smooth texture. It's gonna look like, it's supposed to look like skin by the time that we're done. I feel like that's it. I feel like that kind of explains the eyebrow situation a bit. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments or DM me on Instagram. I'd love to talk about it if you do have questions. So yeah, that was my first layer. Now I'm going in with my second layer, and I'm just going to glue in the direction that I brushed them up before. So now that I've applied another layer of glue, I'm gonna start my foundation, and I just, go in with a stick. Now, something really important is when you do your foundation, you need to get your neck area, which I used to never foundation my neck. That's so cringy, like literally. So, your face is gonna be one flat color and then this is gonna be something else. Like, that's weird. You need to apply foundation on your neck. And actually, if you struggle with remembering to put foundation on your neck, you can do what I've seen Madeline Hatter do. When she applies her foundation, I'm pretty sure she starts with she just goes in like all over her neck and then she does the face. And I mean, if you just like get used to doing that, you'll never forget to put foundation on your neck, I think that's actually really smart, the way that she does that. And by the way, I do not know Madeline Hatter. I've just seen her like on her Instagram live, like doing her makeup, and I've noticed that she does that, and I think that's actually really smart. My eyebrows are pretty dry, so I'm gonna go in with a third layer. And yeah, it's important to wait until your glue has dried before you go in with another layer. Your eyebrows are really the one thing that you should not rush when it comes to drag. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Okay. I've made the mistake of rushing, and it might look like it's gonna be good, and then by the end, you just ruin the whole thing. Take your time, go with small, thin layers, and really do a lot of layers to achieve the flattest surface. So now I'm gonna blend out my foundation. So I used to use a beauty sponge, and it works really well, but I don't do that anymore. Because when you use a sponge, as you tap it in, the sponge will absorb a little bit of your product. And for me, if I'm going in with a full coverage foundation, like, why am I going to use this to get rid of product? Like, I want it to be full coverage, so there's no point in getting rid of product. So I like to use a synthetic brush. And the reason why synthetic brushes are good is because it's plastic, and plastic is not going to absorb any product. Similar to this is those like silicone sponges, but I've never tried it. I'm kind of scared to. I feel like it wouldn't work well. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with my brush, and I like to pat it into my skin. I don't really swirl it on my face. On my neck I do swirl it because it's not that important. Take your time, make sure that you're really fully blending everything out. The most annoying thing ever is doing your foundation and then realizing that you didn't blend in one area, so you have a patchy area and it just looks weird. So now that I've done my whole face, you know, I could sit here and pat my neck until it blends, but that's gonna take way too long. So on my neck, I do like to just use the brush and swipe, because it's not that important down here. Now that I've fully blended out my foundation, I'm gonna go in with my third layer of glue. And because I'm not going out, I'm just gonna like just do 3 layers. If I was gonna go out and perform, or even just go outside and not even, like if I was just gonna go outside of my house, I would do 5 to 7 layers to make sure that my glues aren't going anywhere. Honestly, 7 sounds excessive, but if you're a sweaty bitch, I'm a sweaty bitch, like I sweat a lot. My eyebrow hairs, it always cracks. So I like to do as many layers as possible. If I had the patience to sit here, I would do 15 layers. Okay, so that's gonna be my final layer of glue. So now we have to go in with translucent powder and set the eyebrows. So I put my translucent powder on this little metal thing, and you're gonna use a sponge, or if you have a powder puff, that's even better. And I like to really press it in there. And then I like to press the powder onto my eyebrows. So now that we've powdered the eyebrows, we're gonna go in with a brush. I think this is dirty. We're gonna go in with a fluffy brush, and we're just going to dust all of that powder away. And now that I've done that, I'm going to cover the rest of my face in foundation. I'm gonna go back in with my brush and blend everything out by pressing it onto my skin. And as you can see, you can still kind of see my eyebrow a little bit. Do not worry, we're going to fix that. Actually, a really good solution is to use color corrector. I should use color corrector, but I don't. I'll try it next time. Now we're going to go in with a second layer of foundation. Oh my god, revolutionary. Who would have thought putting more foundation on top of your eyebrows? There we go. That's our second layer. Okay, I feel like my eyebrows are, for the most part, gone. I feel like they're like 90% gone. So next is concealer. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Color Revolution Conceal and Define in the color C3.5. And I'm just going to apply that here. Oh, I am running out, bro. I'm gonna go in with a sponge. I know that I said that I didn't want to use a sponge before because it absorbs product, but look at me now. I kind of want a little bit more drama, so I'm gonna go in with some Clown White. This is Marron Clown White, and I'm just gonna put a little bit like right here on my inner corner just to lighten this area up a little bit more because I feel like it's looking a little bit bare. Okay, whatever. I guess this is what I'm gonna look like today. Now, sometimes I go in with powder, but today I think I'm actually gonna do my eyebrows first. Okay, now this is looking, oh my god. I am not having a good day for eyebrows, oh my god. Wow. That looks like shit. I'm gonna actually start contouring and bronzing. A lot of people like to set their face first, but I like to do this while my foundation is still wet because the colors are gonna grip to the foundation and it's just gonna give me darker, richer colors. So I'm gonna go in with a lighter color first, my bronzing color, and I'm just gonna, just start. I like to start back here and then slowly build it forward, because if you start forward, the place where you first press the brush, that's where it's gonna be the darkest. So, if you wanna do the swiping thing, don't ever start here, because this is gonna be the darkest area. Start back here and then bring it forward, and that's gonna give you a better effect. But I personally like to press this on, and sometimes I go like this to buff it out, and I do my forehead. I used to swirl it on, and you can do that. The reason I press it is because I like my bronzer to be intense. Like, I want it to be like a lot. That's why I press it. But you could apply it like this. That works really pretty too. Fuck it, I'm gonna apply the rest of it like this because I want to now. As long as you get the effect that you want, that's all that matters. Okay, now that I have that, I think I'm gonna go in with my contour color, because that was bronzer. If you don't know the difference, contour is darker and it has a cool undertone, and the whole point is contour is supposed to restructure your face. Bronzer is warmer and it's meant to just add color and depth and definition. So that's kind of like the biggest difference. As you can see, this is my bronzer. Now my contour is gonna be this darker color. And for my particular aesthetic of drag, I like everything to be nice and blended. Everything. I'm not really into harsh lines. I don't like them on my face. But if that's your thing, then go for it. See, look at that. Look at how dark that is. And now we're just going to blend this all out. I'm gonna go back in with that darker color, and I'm just gonna do just the corners of my forehead, which honestly, you really don't need to do this because you're gonna put a whole wig on with a hairline. Like, this probably isn't even gonna be visible, but I just like to do it for me. I enjoy it, I want to see it, I like it. So as you can see, we're looking super sculpted, and you might think, is this it? No, we're adding blush now. So for blush, lately I've actually been enjoying a really, really bright red blush. It's not for everybody, it's really intense, but I think it looks good with me. So I'm literally on my James palette, I'm going to go in with the matte red. I'm not even joking, I'm going with that bright matte pressed pigment red, and I'm using that as blush because I just love it on my skin tone. This is not for everybody. I'm going in with a red pressed pigment. I'm warning you so that when you try this and it looks bad, you don't come for me. Okay, I feel like that's good, right? Pretty intense, but I'm into it. People really think I go in with like no makeup, and I'm here like, that's really harsh. I used to never do any contour down here, but I realized I'm fat and I probably should. So I go in with this, with like a really dark color, and I literally just go ham. As you can see, that is extremely dark, but we'll make it work. Oh, another thing, down here, if you contour down here and you make it go to a point where Adam's apple is, you can basically get rid of it. I don't really have a super pronounced Adam's apple, but I still do that trick because why not? I think Courtney Act was one who I learned this from, watching one of her videos, but I'm not sure. As you can see, I'm going with that super dark color, but we are blending it so that it doesn't look crazy. The key is to blend. Oh yeah, and I like to bring the color all the way behind my ear. You saw how dark that shit was. I don't think that looks that crazy. Actually, I'm gonna go in with a lighter color than that, and I'm going to blend out the edges. My contour blush bronzer moment is really intense. So I'm gonna be going in on my James palette in this dark shade that I use for my eyebrows. On my Morphe M433, and then this is gonna sound really crazy, but I want to get that angle first, so I'm gonna start my lower lash line actually. And yeah, I'm literally just going in like this. Such a professional tutorial. So now I'm going to just start my actual eyeshadow. So I kind of, go there. You're probably like, how the fuck is this gonna turn into that? Bitch, I don't know. We're just gonna figure it out. I think this is a good place to have the eyeshadow. Just up here. Yeah, now that we have like this shape, now we're ready to go in with more eyeshadows. I only have one eyeshadow brush because I'm poor. Literally, I'm so poor. I have one eyeshadow brush, and it's because my friend Vandalized gave this to me. I'm also stupid because when I had a little bit of money, I went on Amazon and I ordered this like 17-piece brush set thinking, oh my god, it's gonna have every brush I need. Except it's all like the smallest detail brushes, and Like these random ass brushes, like if anybody knows what this is for, can somebody tell me? Because it looks like this. It's round, it's also like hard, and I have no idea what this is for. No idea. It's clearly for something on the eyes, right? Because this is too big for the face. No idea what this is for. So now that we have this shape with, I made that entire shape with this color. Now I'm gonna start my blend, and I'm gonna go in with this color right here. And we're just gonna blend out the edges of that dark brown color. But we don't wanna have harsh eyeshadow. That's like okay to me, but I kinda want more color, so I'm gonna keep adding more and build up the pigment. Oh wow, that's so much prettier, okay. Okay, now that we blended out that shade, we kind of lost a little bit of the pigmentation of that dark color. So we're gonna go back in with the dark brown, and we're just gonna add some more pigment. Now I think I'm ready to cut my crease. I'm going to go in, I'm gonna use a concealer brush. So I'm gonna go in with some Marron Clown White, and we're gonna sketch out the crease. Now, when it comes to the crease, you should set it with something. If you want your crease to be white, you can use a white eyeshadow. And if you don't have one, you can literally just use translucent powder to set your crease. In order to blend the white into the dark brown, I'm gonna go back in with that color that I use on my eyeshadow. I'm just going to apply this and blend my eyeshadow into my crease. Okay, now that I've done that, I think it's time for eyeliner. So I like to use a brush. I'm gonna go in back with my little precise tiny little eyeliner brush. So I like to do my inner corner with this. Oh my god, look at how fucking... This is the best one I've ever done in my life. Look at how precise that is. Let me fuck it up by making it bigger. Okay, the eyes are pretty similar. They're not perfect, but whatever. I forgot to tell you, set your eyeliner. Setting your eyeliner is really important. I almost forgot to do it. The reason setting your eyeliner is important, one, it's gonna make it look darker, but also, if you're a sweaty bitch like me, if you sweat and it gets in your eyeliner, it will drip down your fucking face. And actually, the last time I performed in Boston, I did a show at Machine, and I had intentionally drawn on like 2 teardrops on each eye. I didn't realize I was sweating so much, and when I looked in the mirror, I fully looked like I was just crying, and I was like, I ruined my makeup. But it looked intentional, so it looked good, and everybody was like, oh my god, you look so pretty. And I was like, thanks, I just sweat a lot. Maybe you shouldn't be telling people that, but hey, that's the truth. If you were there that day, you would know. And actually, I learned about how important it is to set your eyeliner because at that show at Machine, I was in the dressing room, and I was explaining to the other queens what had happened, and I think it was Zayn X who was like, did you set your eyeliner? And I was like, no. And that's when I learned to set your eyeliner. So yeah, I'm setting the eyeliner with some black and darkening stuff up, making my edges nice. I want to be done. I think I'm just gonna do my lips and see if there's anything else I should do. I'm gonna go in with red because it's my favorite color for lips. Here's something I can actually teach you. When I first started doing makeup, I would literally get my lipstick, I'd go like this and go until I had a perfect oval. I don't do that now, and I don't really recommend it. What I do, I like to start with the bottom because it's easier. And also, you can't really fuck up your bottom lip. Like, as long as it's like smooth, it's gonna look fine. But what I do, I don't like to make my lips larger from the sides because it just makes you look like you have a big mouth. If you wanna make your lips look bigger and more feminine, you wanna enlarge it from the middle. You want this part to be big and this to be small. So I try to never extend my outer corner like that. I just extend up here. And what I do, I still like to have my, like a Cupid's bow. So I go up here. And then I want this part to be so thin that I literally do my lipstick with my mouth open so that the color's on the inside, because I don't want to overdraw on the outside. That's just how I do lips, because I really like burlesque style, like thin lips with like a super arched Cupid's bow, kind of like Dita Von Teese. That's how I like to draw lips because it's just the aesthetic that I like. But if you're really into that like 2017 Kylie Jenner Instagram baddie lip, then I'd say definitely overdraw and go with like a nude or something. And the oval, that's fine if you want to do Kylie Jenner lips, but I am not really into that aesthetic. And I always do red lips, I don't know why. Oh my god, I've tried pink lipstick. I fucking despise pink lipstick on me. It looks so ugly. On other drag queens, I think it works, but on me, pink lipstick is disgusting. I hate pink lipstick on me. I think other people can really pull it off. And yeah, the only lip colors I ever really use are like red and black because I like them. I like black lipstick personally because I'm really into like dark makeup, but it doesn't look that good on me. I feel like red looks good on me and it's my favorite color. And I think this is the finished look. I don't think I need anything else. Obviously eyelashes, but my tea is I fucking hate eyelashes. I hate putting them on. They never stay on. They're falling off, and I just hate eyelashes, so I'm not gonna put any lashes on today. But you should. Yeah, this is the finished look. I'm gonna put the wig on and I will be right back. Okay, my hair is looking disgusting, but whatever, this is gonna be the finished look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. I hope that it was useful and helpful for you and that you learned something. I had a lot of fun doing this and I think the makeup came out pretty good. The only thing that I really wish I could do right now is eyelashes, but I don't have a good lash glue. Like, I've been using fabric glue and it hasn't been working very well for me. And this is the finished result. As you can see, my pictures on Instagram are not as face-tuned as some of y'all might think. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until I see you guys next time, stay gorgeous. I'm gonna keep stealing Gigi Gorgeous's outro because she's iconic. So yeah, stay gorgeous.
Stay gorgeous.